Hello, everybody. Welcome today to our business transformation level three, the third part of after artificial intelligence and digital transformation. We're going to be today looking on one of the procure topics, and that's about the blockchain, which it has to deal with the cryptocurrency and the encryption of the exchange of the monetary values in between different nodes of an organization, such as the bank sectors, such as the organization having multiple nodes of servers that they can exchange that information among themselves in a secure using a separate DNS domain name servers. So a blockchain, when it comes to a blockchain, it is a shared database, right, or a dedicated database that goes across multiple nodes being integrated through various networks to different nodes, and it is used in order, as we have said, to exchange a currency that's being encrypted, being known as a cryptocurrency, by using a cryptography and an algorithm that encrypts, right, that account currency and the amount that non-individuals they can edit, but they can just perform a view. So each node, right, it is being has a certain storage capacity, and once that storage capacity is being reached, right, it does perform a chain with the rest of the nodes, with the previous nodes that's been fulfilled. So any node, right, it has its own domain name server separated. We call it decentralized, right, and that's why we call it as the decentralized ledger, right, of each node. So we have what we call its electronic stores information in digital format, and it's being communicated in a virtual wise. It is a distributed database that is shared among the nodes of computer networks. And again, it has to deal the sort of the encapsule information. It is a type of cryptocurrency, and that's the famous known as the Bitcoin. We have heard about Bitcoins, right? That it is the monetary value that we use and exchange electronically, right? And it's most important for the blockchain is to maintain security and decentralized records of transactions, that we call it the decentralized ledger transaction, right, of each inside each node. So every node, it has its own domain name server that communicates, right, and being as an isolated you can say an island of a domain. So the cryptocurrency, right, it is an exchange of using a digital format or a virtual currency known as a cryptography, right? And it is impossible to get fraud. So today the banks, right, they're trying with all the security ways in order to eliminate frauds, right, and false transactions, so that again it will secure everyone's account, right, and as well double spends. And again, there's many complaints that we do have double transaction for the same account. It's occurring at the same time, right, and that's called the piracy to your account. So many cryptocurrencies, right, use, as we said, a decentralized based on a blockchain technology, and that each node it has what we call a distributed ledger, okay, and it is being enforced by having a disparate network of computers. So every node it is being having a single DNS, right, which communicates with each other, being chained all over together. So as we have stated, that here's the blockchain. We do have each node, and that's why they call it the blockchain, in which it is being tight and close with each other. So it means that when, let's say that one of the hackers is trying to change into impeding or inserting a false information in one of these nodes, rest of the nodes, they're overseeing onto that nodes, and they will eliminate that change because they are all having the same ledger. So when it comes into a blockchain, so it collects information in a form of groups. So every node has its ledger, similar copy of each ledger, and that's why they each validate on each other. Okay, so they have the information. Okay, and each block, once it has reached its storage capacity, right, it will get changed, it will get closed, right? And it will link more stronger with the previous chain. So it forms a foam chain known as a block chain. So as we said that each node is being integrated and closed, so any hacker, right, will try to perform any change into one of these nodes, right? The other nodes, they will perform, right, a false alarm. They will, right, directly recorrect that transaction, right, and will eliminate that information to be undertaken. So it allowed this information to be recorded. Again, the main aim of blockchain is to perform recording and distribution of a secure data, and does not have to be an edit data. So the end user won't be able to perform any data manipulation language, update, create, delete, won't be able to perform a TCL transaction, right? And that is to alter, right, or to roll back information. So blockchain, it is being a foundation, okay, of an immutable ledger, right, and a record of transaction that cannot be altered. That is, you cannot perform a DML, and it is known as each node has what we call a distributed ledger technology, and each of them, they have a similar DLT in each node, and that's why they can validate onto each others. Now, part of the topic as well, we're emphasizing the importance of a project manager. Now, the project manager, he plays a very important role. As we say, the project manager, he's always the maestro of the projects, or the program manager, or the senior project manager, or the portfolio manager, okay? So the project managers, right, they are the one whom they're going to implement the solution, right? So they will be taking the gathering requirements from the end users to know how they need to implement their blockchain, right? And how to have the separate nodes, the decentralized nodes, to be integrated, how to be secure, how the general distributed ledger of technology to be impeded inside each node. So he will be the medium, right, or mediator in between the clients or the stakeholders, and the other hand, the development team, in which he will emphasize development team in planning and perform the bottom-up estimation, build a plan, communicate, and make sure the deliverables, right, are being outlined to the customer as being the business need and specification has been considered in the first place per the contract. So blockchain project managers, they will make sure that the developers, right, are one point about the project goals. So they will give them an explanation, what are the project goals, and that's taken from the strategic goals of the organization, right? And as well, project manager will ensure that the customer expectations are being met. Now, during the building of the teams, right, team building, right, we do know that there are certain stages. There will be project manager make sure that he's forming the team, and he's not sure that there will be a storming in between the team in each day, and then he knows that at a starter stage they will become to a norming stage, and then they will be performing, and then he will be adjourning and will place them onto another, right, project of the blockchain to go ahead. So the project manager as well, he's going to select the most adequate methodology to be used, whether he's going to use a hybrid, or he's going to use a traditional waterfall, or he's going to use the agile. What part of agile are he going to use? Right, the Scrum, those Scrum Pan, or he's going to use the extreme programming, Crystal family, Lean, FDD, feature-driven, IID, integrated iterative incremental delivery, agile works on incremental basis, more releases, right? So, and according to the Stacy diagram as well, that will be able to be a good indicator, right, whether to go with which methodology. Blockchain project managers, you'll be responsible again for managing the team. So the team, they are composed, right, of, we have a system architect who is going to architect the database, right, in the clouding stage. We have as well the security, network security. We will have the system administrators, or network system administrators. Again, we have the currency management system, the application that's going to be customized, which the project management needs to understand it, the requirements, and he needs the ones to build a plan in order to make sure that the plan is being executed according to a customer requirement and based on the priorities that being set. Again, and the most important, resource monitoring, right? And resource monitoring, it means individual as well the the as well the hardware that's being utilized and the equipment's being used by the resources, laptops, hard servers, the integration between the servers, the nodes, the network, the hubs, all of this, right? And as well the development of specialized programs, right? Project token economy as well will be together considered. Okay, so again, project management, right, will be coordinate the blockchain processing software, right? So he will be able to communicate within the organization on two parts: application wise, customization and tailoring of the application for each client, right? And the operations that is taken under inside the vendor side, the organization are working on, right? And making sure the whole operation goes smoothly, and that where they are performing the whole units under the operation are being performing right in a routine wise, and they are able to deliver the expectations of the client. Again, the project management, right, will have the activities to ensure that the systems are being reliable and perform at peak efficiency. It's very important to make sure the project manager will make sure that there is a deliverable that is being delivered on time. The customer is utilizing that equipment, is able to use it, right, and it is really satisfaction in fulfilling the